Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you have just stumbled across this video and you are new around here, then I am Lara. Thank you so much for popping by to watch it. What we're going to be discussing today is the Konmari method versus the Swedish death cleaning method. Now, if you haven't heard of it, I'm going to go through each method to give you kind of a background of what they are and what they mean to me, and also just chat about the differences. So if you have seen my videos previously, you'll know that I started my minimalism journey about 2 or 3 years ago, and I've actually done a huge series on minimalism and decluttering and organisation, which I can leave linked down below for you if you'd like to watch it. But it just kind of made sense for me to talk about these things as a next step, because I don't know about you, but I feel like when I have clutter and just stuff everywhere, it really gets on top of me and it affects me mentally. So I feel quite anxious when I've got loads of stuff, or you just feel a bit like there's so much weight bearing down on you. Let me know if you can relate to that. Do you feel the same? I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like minimalism for me has really helped kind of declutter my mind as well as my home. I would love to know, have you adopted either the Konmari method or the Swedish death cleaning method, and how have you found it? Which one have you found works for you? Did you try both? Have you tried something else? It's kind of another minimalism trend. So Konmari has obviously been huge for, I guess, about 4 years ago that Marie Kondo wrote her book. I have the book. I have to say that for me it was too rule based and it was just quite tricky for me to get into. I did some items that way, but I definitely didn't do my whole house. So I want to know, have you done it? Has it worked for you? Which one did you prefer? And have you seen the documentary? Because obviously it is new to Netflix this year, where Marie Kondo actually has her own documentary, and she's been doing the cleaning method like this since she was 5 apparently. I mean, I have a 5-year-old, and let me tell you, my 5-year-old is not into cleaning or decluttering. So I always say that my minimalism journey is minimalism for hoarders, because I do have a lot of things, and it's not by any means a minimalist household, because we hold on to a lot of things. But this is why the Swedish death cleaning method has been so good for us. So I first read about this about a year ago, and I've watched quite a few videos from a lovely lady called Lara. I can link her videos down below. Her channel's called Get Your Shit Together, and she's done loads of cleaning, death cleaning videos, like talking about Konmari. She's done her whole house in Konmari. So for me, it began quite a while ago, but I just, with Konmari, I feel like I've never really truly adopted it. I've done a few Konmari videos and I have decluttered in a Konmari method, but for me there are so many rules. So I thought I would try again to start with the Swedish death cleaning, because for me it's just a lot fewer rules and it's more of a kind of clean break. So to talk about Swedish death cleaning to start with, if you haven't heard of it, it is obviously a Swedish method of cleaning, and it was from a book written by a lady called Margaret Magnusson, and it is from the Swedish word "dolstadning." I'm really sorry if that is wrong. If you're Swedish, let me know if that's the right pronunciation. So dol meaning death and stadning meaning cleaning. So for me, the main differences are Swedish death cleaning being living with the things that you think your loved ones would want, and Konmari method being living with the things that you want, that spark joy with you. So it is kind of silly in a way for younger people to be living by a method where you are thinking of what your loved ones will want when you're gone, because obviously that's hopefully a long way off for me. Let me find some wood. But for me, I just find like I can be much more ruthless with my clutter if I am using these rules within my cleaning method. It could be that you're already doing Swedish death cleaning and you don't know about it, and you can also actually use the two methods in unison with each other. So you could do some items that spark joy for you and some that are for other people. So to quickly go through dolstadning, if that's how you say it, the idea behind this is that you're minimizing your belongings so that they don't become a burden for your loved ones when you are on this earth, and that you are just doing that work for them before they are having to do it for you. So obviously it's a little bit morbid to think about the fact that you are looking ahead to that time, but it's quite important to realise that it's not just about when you leave this earth, it's more about taking care of that clutter throughout your life. So you don't have to just do it when you're older. I find like I've been really enjoying doing this because it just takes control of the clutter, because essentially if you don't want these things to be passed down to your loved ones, then if it's not practical or you don't need it in life or it's not something that's essential for you, do you really need it? And I think it just prompts me to ask those questions to myself when I'm hoarding things, because we do have a lot of things in this house. We don't live in a big house, so there's a lot of clutter and not a lot of places to put them. So I just feel like this method for me helps me minimize things and declutter things, which also helps with my headspace and makes me feel a lot less cluttered in my mind. It's also a good way of putting things into boxes so that if your family have to go through them when they're grieving, which is obviously an awful process anyway, you could have a box which says, I love these things, I wanted to keep these journals or drawings from when you were at nursery, but you don't have to keep them. So you can label boxes so that the people that are doing this job for you can throw those away without any guilt, because that's the thing that people, I guess, are finding so difficult when they're cleaning out old belongings from people. They don't want to throw things away because they might think that it meant something to you, but in fact actually you just held on to it for your own benefit. It's not for anybody else's. So to talk about the Konmari method, so Marie Kondo says that you should work in categories. So you should do your clothes first, your wardrobes, and I've done quite a few videos of decluttering my wardrobe. I can link them all down below for you. And then you move on to books, and then there's papers, and you just change the category each time you do a selection. So you're not going to be doing this in one day. Never would you do this in one day unless you have hardly any things. But the method means that by the time you get to the last category, which is sentimental, your skills for decluttering are honed, and that you will be much more ruthless with things because you're getting rid of the things that are less valuable and that don't have any sentimental value. You're getting rid of those first, things like clothes and books, so that by the time you get to that, you're much more ruthless with things, which is definitely something that you need to hone a skill to do, because you kind of feel like, yeah, I definitely want that, but actually what I tend to do is go back through it a second time and really ask myself, actually, do I really need this in my home? So she also says you need to envisage the type of life that you want. So do you want a life filled with loud music and bright colours and pictures? Then you know that you can store those things and keep hold of like the recorders or the pictures from school. Or do you want a calm and peaceful and quiet life? So maybe, like Lara said, ditch the drum kit. You know, you might not need these things in your life that are not going to be giving you the life that you want. And again, that feeds back to the manifestation, which I'm really into, manifesting what you want in your life. So these are the things that Marie Kondo says for her method. Also, the one thing that is off limits is other people's things. So you cannot do this method for other people's things. They need to do it themselves, because they obviously need to know whether that item sparks joy with them or whether they are going to want it in the future. A little tip from me, and also I'm pretty sure that Marie Kondo says this in her book, is to take photographs of your spaces. So this just means that you will have this to look back on when you feel like it's just not going anywhere, or if you're not done very well. Look back on your photographs and you'll see how far you've come. It also just means that you can see what it looked like before and what it looks like now, and how much better it is, even if you don't think that it is. So I hope that that has given you a kind of clearer idea of the two methods. There are other methods of cleaning. If you've used anything else, then let me know in the comments down below. My question to you is, I'm using the Swedish death cleaning method around my home, and I'm doing it room by room because for me that's the easiest way, and it just means that I don't get distracted with other things. And I want to know, would you want to see that kind of content on my channel, doing it as a series like I've done a couple of years ago with my minimalism series? Is that the kind of thing you want to watch? Because obviously it takes, well, you may not know this, but it takes so much longer to film those kind of videos than if you were just doing it without filming it. It's like speed cleaning videos. They take so long to film. Are you with me on this? Do you do them yourself? yourself. They honestly take so long to film, so if you want to, then I can film it, but I won't film it if you're not into that kind of thing. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you would be interested in that. I hope this video has helped clear up the two kind of methods and which one you think would work best for you. Obviously it's so personal. Do what works best for you. I hope this video has helped clear up each method, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love it if you consider subscribing to my channel so that you don't miss out on any other cleaning or organisation videos, and I will leave some links down in the description bar for the book from Margaret Magnuson and the Marie Kondo book as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!